What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. And on this one, I'm going to be speaking on why you should never question God's timing for your life. Just on my previous video, I was speaking on how I was just doing a recap. And I was just looking on where I came from and where I started. Um, just looking back on the younger me and some of the decisions I used to make and some of the things that I prioritized, and it 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 made me proud, you know, to say that I'm not that same person who I once was. And on the outside looking in, it may not look like much, but my priorities have definitely changed. And if I'm being completely honest with myself, God knew what He was doing. God knew what He was doing, and that younger self, the younger me who I was looking at, he wouldn't be able to handle this season. He wouldn't be able to bear the responsibility that I have now in this season. That younger me was very irresponsible in just not seeking out God's wisdom for my life, prioritizing shallow things and superficial ways of living. And I'm glad to say I'm not there anymore. Um, not idolizing things. I'm not idolizing status. I don't idolize the things that I used to place in my life, you know, and I place God above everything, and this has elevated my life. This has definitely elevated my life. And for those of you who don't know, if this is your first time watching me and just watching one of my videos, I'm currently in trucking. I'm at a hotel. I'm not in my truck right now, but I can say that younger me wouldn't have been able to handle this trucking thing. I've been trying to do trucking for a minute now. Slowly but surely, it's changing my life. And like I said, I know it doesn't seem like much, but this is what I prayed to God for. I prayed to God for just a little bit more of resources, a little bit more finances. He knew what He was doing. He didn't give it to me at a time where I would be tricking off my money, spending my money on drugs, alcohol. Just God blessed me. He gave me access and gave me this opportunity at a time when I had the knowledge and I had the wisdom needed to do with this job, use this job to take it to a whole nother level. And I appreciate that. I could have got this, this job at a time where I would have squandered this opportunity, and I would have squandered all the resources that came with it. God knew what He was doing, and He waited to give me this opportunity. So, and I'm not going to stunt. Like, I'm not making this miraculous amount of money right now. Like, I'm making my checks is probably about the same amount I was making with security, but I'm starting off, and I understand that, that hey, I know the money's coming. Like I know it's coming. Um, I know it's coming. So I'm not really too stressed about that right now. Right now, I'm trying to prioritize other things. I'm just trying to keep growing. I'm just trying to keep the growth going. And yeah, man, God knows what He's doing with you. He has you in mind. God knows what's best for you. Sometimes we want things our way. We want things right now. Sometimes you got to let God cook. Sometimes you got to let God prune certain things for your character. That's definitely something He has taught me. God has to prune certain things. Your desires aren't where they should be. Your character isn't right. Sometimes you consider certain things to be a blessing. Yeah, they can be blessings, but in the wrong season, they could also be a burden. God doesn't want things to be a burden in your life. God doesn't want you stressing off of where your next meal is coming from, or where the next check is coming from, where the resources are coming from. God doesn't want you stuck in bondage at a job doing something you don't want to do with your life. He provides fulfillment and order. He's not gonna he has you in mind. He's not gonna have you doing something that you don't like. But if you're putting certain things above him, you want this thing so bad, and you're rushing the process, you're questioning his timing, and you're gonna put this thing above him. He'll give it to you, like, here. Since you want it so bad, since you're willing to put this thing above me, you can have it. But don't seek my provision anymore. Don't seek my provision anymore when it comes to this. You got the thing, yeah, you got it. But it's like, but you lost God. You lost the person who was gonna be providing and keep giving provision through this life. So never question his timing, man. Never question his timing for your life, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. God bless.